What is up, YouTube? We are back with another video. I wanted to do a video today discussing why I think viewership, one thing hindering fighting game viewership as like a whole, and even with just like small streams or tournament streams or whatever it might be. There's no secret, fighting games are like one of the lower viewed genres on Twitch TV or YouTube or whatever you might be watching your fighting game content on. But I have three reasons, in my opinion, why I think viewership is so low. And I guess we could start off with the obvious number one. This is from Capcom Cup 2023 happening soon. But the obvious one, the elephant in the room, character repetition. I do think this hinders fighting game viewership. I do think people enjoy watching fighting games when there's a lot of different characters on the screen. I mean, if we're looking at this Capcom Cup, you know, the diversity is not bad. I guess like from this graph you can see Birdie's kind of overpowered because, you know, there's 4 birdies in Capcom Cup that I actually didn't realize. But one thing that I am not looking forward to, and I could assume a lot of people aren't looking forward to, is that if you scroll up and up and up, there's one character who's actually off my screen that we're probably going to be seeing a decent amount of mirror matches or a decent amount of matches with Luke in it. I know what you guys are thinking, you know, oh god, iDom made another video just to complain about Luke again. But I do personally think this is bad for the genre. I understand in every other game, you know, in shooters, you know, everyone uses the same weapon, or in other games in like League, everyone uses the same heroes, or Legends, Overwatch, everyone uses the same hero. But it's different in fighting games. There's like 10 different players on the screen. In fighting games, there's only you and your opponent. If you see both of them playing Luke, come on, bro. Even in like Overwatch, you can see like a whole team using the same 5 heroes, but it's still more diversity than seeing, you know, just Luke and Luke. Yeah. Reason number 2 on why I think fighting game viewership is low is, you know, people don't normally say this. This doesn't usually happen for the super big tournaments like the Evos and Combo Breaker. But I will also say, foregone conclusion. I feel like there's been plenty of tournaments where people don't watch tournaments because you're like, oh, you already know who's gonna win. Now, I don't know if there's any basketball fans in my chat or in the YouTube comment, but this has happened actually recently in basketball where we all knew who was going to win the NBA Finals, because I don't know if you guys remember or are old enough, but there was a team, the 2017 Warriors, that kind of just destroyed everyone, and viewership was very low that season for the league because this team was kind of broken. It was kind of, we already knew who was going to win the final and everything. I think Street Fighter V does partially suffer from that, at least in the NA scene. I think if a NA tournament happens, it's pretty much, you know, one of the same three people are going to win. Which brings me to my next point. I was super excited for Frosties for Guilty Gear Strive this weekend because, you know, Guilty Gear Strive, I never know who's going to win. Funny enough, our Evo champion, Umisho, fell in pools to Ooey Gooey Chewy Snicker. You know, that's exciting. That's an upset in my book. I don't even know who Ooey Gooey Chewy Snicker played, but they beat Umisho, so they have to be good at the game. So I do think upsets help a lot in fighting games from a spectator perspective. Maybe when Street Fighter 6 comes out, there's going to be less of a foregone conclusion on who's going to win and, you know, who wins X tournament or Y tournament. I think the same problem is going to happen with Capcom Cup. I do think it's cool that there's 47 other players in Capcom Cup, but if I'm being completely honest, I think there's like only 8 people, maybe like 8 to 10 people that can actually win Capcom Cup, as opposed to the older ones where like all 32 players had a good shot. For anyone in the chat saying that Ooey Gooey Chewy Snicker plays Happy Chaos, they play Anji. He won with Anji. He beat Umisho with Anji, or maybe Umisho with Anji, by the way. So any of you guys say, I bet you it was a Happy Chaos mirror? I looked on Twitter. It was an Anji player. And the last point that I want to bring up to this video discussion is there's no storyline in tournaments. Like, I've played in constant tournaments this entire 2022 last year, and I even say, like, there was no story for me going to tournaments. I mean, I guess the trifecta of trying to win Evo, but Evo is the only one that had any story or like prowess behind it. Certain tournaments get swept under the rug because there's just nothing, and there's no story or backstory or anything really going on there. This is mainly for like local tournaments and like online tournaments, because I enter constant online tournaments and like I'm just thinking, oh, who cares, I can lose and just go to bed or something. Or even like a local tournament where it's like, oh well, yeah, who cares, that's fun, I guess. But I do think more tournaments, that one I don't know how to really fix, as opposed to like storylines or like making an event out of the tournament. But I do think that is one problem. My man's Ooey Gooey just went on in bracket, bro. He beat Spitty. Now he's cooking. Why did it change like that? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 10K before my birthday in April. And I will see you guys next video. Peace. Yo, why Ooey cooking?